position. As things stand, they won't be able to improve on that because Everton are currently winning. They're the team just above them. Reading with 13 points from 11 matches. Nobody's played more times in the WSL this season than the Royals. Well, Arsenal glad to have the focus back on the field matters following the postponement of last weekend's game against Villa due to positive COVID tests, that in the wake of 3 of their squad's ill-judged trip to Dubai. Joe Montemurro says that matter's been dealt with internally. Now his team need to show their quality in order to put pressure on the teams above them. It is going to be Arsenal who will get us underway momentarily. Lisa Benn is in charge of today's game. Reading hoping for a better start than they had here last week. That would be putting it mildly. Before the game, the players continuing to reinforce the message: there is no room for racism. Reading 4-0 down by half-time. 3-0 down by half-time, I should say. Fran Kirby, the former Royal, getting 4 goals, and that stung Kelly Chambers and her team. It's going to be really interesting to see how they respond today. They should be in a better state in terms of match fitness than their opponents, who haven't played since the 20th of December. But in terms of the head-to-head record, Arsenal very much favourites for this game. Reading haven't won any of their 9 WSL matches against the Gunners. Arsenal 6-1 winners when these two met back on the opening weekend of the season. Obviously, Arsenal are going to be hoping that those defensive vulnerabilities we saw last week from Reading are still present. They'll certainly be trying to expose them early on. For Reading to cross halfway really for the first time in the early stages, but it was brief. Van der Donk sending it forward. Here's Jill Roord, star of the show when these two met back on opening day. Roord with a hat-trick. She's going to throw in for her team. Might break for Miedemar here. First half sight of goal for the WSL's leading scorer, but in the end, safely through to Grace Maloney in the Reading goal. Here's Line, the Norwegian international. Rowan able to keep possession for Reading. Get the feeling they're going to spend a lot of time today without the ball. Here's Molly Bartrip, who's come into that Reading backline today. No surprise, Kelly Chambers did reshuffle things really in every area of the pitch, changing a defender, midfielder and a striker. Been able to register a victory here, as I said, having swapped Adams Park, home of Wycombe, for the Medeski Stadium this season. Suspicion of a foul throw there from Line. The referee was happy with it, and now she's got one 10 yards further up the pitch. Cooper going long. Harding asking a lot of Eikeland, and she wasn't able to get there. Wasn't a brilliant touch from Kim Little, though. It was an even poorer tackle from Patton. pleading for clemency from the referees. The first time that Anna Patten has played for Arsenal since 2017. Joined the club as a 12-year-old. She's been away in America playing college football and completing her education back now. She's given away a free kick in a position of promise for the home side, who'll be looking to maximise set-piece opportunities. Not easy to create chances in open play against a team like Arsenal. See Jess Fishlock just hanging around about 10 yards further back than everybody else. Number 8 just making her way to the edge of the penalty area now. And she's the target here. It was a good ball in. It wasn't her who touched it, but it's turned in for an early goal from Lauren Bruton. Against her old club, Reading ahead with only 5 minutes gone. A perfectly crafted set piece from the home side. Fishlock made the late run, and that took the attention of the Arsenal defence and allowed Bruton at the near post to turn it beyond Zinsberger. And Reading in front. Third goal of the season for Lauren Bruton. Two-time WSL winner with Arsenal. Well, that is the perfect tonic for the Royals after what happened here last week. Arsenal showing some signs of rustiness there, and now they're up against it. Here's Roard. Thought she was fouled. Referee was close enough and disagreed. Little. Well, they drew here against Manchester City earlier in the season, did Reading, and they scored early on in that game too through Eikeland, and were pegged back in the second half. That was arguably their best result of the campaign so far. They can get something from this match. It will certainly usurp that. There's a goal. Made in Arsenal, if you like. Emma Mitchell, another former gunner, took the free kick that Bruton turned in. Going to be interesting to see how that changes Reading's approach to the game. Scoring so early, I think they're going to sit back and try and protect that. It's a long time to do so, and they're on the attack here again. Harding looking to put the pressure on. Good defending from Leah Valti initially. Arsenal yet to really get themselves into the game and looking shaky at the back. Zinsberger has to race off her line to grab that one. Plenty of encouragement here for Reading, and whilst they are the team on top, they'll be looking to get a second goal. Arsenal, the top scorers in the WSL this season, 38 goals from their 10 games. They're going to need to score at least twice if they want to leave here with 3 points. Very much two touchline managers, as you can see. Kelly Chambers and Joe Montemuro won't leave those positions throughout the game. McCabe spent a long time looking for somebody to throw that to. It was Miedemar eventually who she selected. And Miedemar then commits a foul. wallop the free kick forward, looking for Tash Harding. Wasn't able to catch up to it. Played 5, lost 3 in the league at home this season, Reading. Manchester City currently 7-0 up on Aston Villa. Remember, they're the team just below Arsenal in the table. Reading have made a terrific start, aside from the goal. Arsenal had the ball for the first couple of minutes. Since then, it's been one-way traffic, and the home team have been driving. Well, it has been a long time since Arsenal played, but it's not like they were in their usual scintillating form before the winter break. They did beat Everton 4-0 in their last game, but they've only won 2 of their last 5. And they're on the defensive again here. Rachel Rose, first time ball in, was a dangerous one. Fishlock has picked up the pieces. Oh, it's a shame. She couldn't keep it in following the trick. You can see Zinsberger wants to play this short, but look how high the Reading press is. Gone for it anyway, but Bruton and Harding ready to pounce on any potential mistakes, and then Arsenal have to play it long up towards Miedemar anyway. Here's Kim Little. Miedemar, oh, you can see what she was thinking. It was a good run made from Little. Harding. We heard the shout of stay high. Reading will look to keep Arsenal boxed in here. Get the feeling there are a few harsh words said on the Reading training ground last week. One thing losing to a side of Chelsea's quality, but Reading really didn't turn up. They've been excellent so far in the early stages of this one, leading by a 1-0 thanks to Lauren Bruton's 5th-minute strike. Oh, Bruton might have been offside there had the ball gone through to her. Again, Arsenal living on the edge defensively. Important header there from Cooper to stop Miedemar getting in behind. Mentioned the other games going on. Manchester City 7-0 up now on Aston Villa. Everton 2-0 in front against Bristol City. 0-0 between Birmingham and Brighton. Early stages there, and it's a 2:30 kick-off for the meeting of the top two. Chelsea hosting Manchester United. Now, potential here for Arsenal. 4 forward in this attack. Ross was aimed toward Miedemar at the back post. Minor was able to make sure she couldn't get it. Van der Donk. How many Reading players are back in position now, though? And Bruton's managed to win it off Falty, but illegally. Played it into Rowe in an area she didn't really want it, and Arsenal have been able to get it back. Order Miedemar waiting for a delivery, it was held up. Oh, what a brilliant spin that is, and it's cut back for Miedemar. Really clever run from her. Can't get the shot away at the moment. On she goes though. And in the end, there were enough Reading players in there that one was able to get the block in. It's the best we've seen from Arsenal attacking wise though. Lisa Evans will look to keep the pressure on. Here's Kim Little trying to turn away from Rowe, who stuck to her tightly and forced her to go back to halfway. This is better from the visitors. Balti. Oh, that was a wild swipe from Lauren Bruton, the goal scorer. I wonder if Lisa Benn might show a card here. Looks as though she's going to get away with it. I can understand the point that McCabe and Balti are making. It was a pretty strong challenge. He managed to squeeze that through. Bit of space now for McCabe. First touch was poor, but she's just about kept it in. Really good defending from Rachel Rowe. Although that is not a good pass. And the shot from distance from Raud, comfortably gathered by Grace Maloney. Liner. Really good early run made by Bruton, who's in the mood against her old club. Reading's work off the ball just as impressive as when they're in possession. A year ago this month, since these two met in the Conti Cup semi-final. The goal from Kim Little was enough to win it for Arsenal on that occasion, but they trail here. Rowe did well under pressure. She'll be frustrated therefore that Angara James just lobbed it straight out of play. Understandable that Arsenal might take time to warm up, given that it's been so long since they last played. Will disappoint Joe Montemiro, obviously, but marking was as slack as it was from the free kick, which allowed Bruton to score. Here's Gut. Fishlock. 3 up in support here. Ruben Moy was able to get it clear. Now then, Tripp's back pass. Miedemar lurking, keeping the pressure on Grace Maloney too. How cool was that from the Reading goalkeeper? Here's Liner. Harding. Again, slightly static, the defending from Arsenal initially at least. And more poor defending from Arsenal, and Rowe. Well, Zinsberger bailing out her defence there. Danger's not quite passed yet. Just wonder what would have happened had Mitchell hit the deck there. In the end, she has won the first corner of the game. But Arsenal need to clear their heads quickly here, otherwise they could find themselves two behind. Let's see if the Gunners' defending's any better from this set piece than it was from the free kick over on that side that brought the goal for Reading. Difficult for Zinsberger. Look how many players are in a 6-yard box. Whipped in toward Fishlock at the near post, but well defended by Leah Valti. Past the 20-minute mark. Reading with a surprise lead here. Here's Bruton. Fishlock was the pass she was looking for. Liner's going to try and keep the move alive. Oh, she's done really well, Liner. Managed to get across in two. Not cleared. Harding. Bruton again. No room for a shot at the moment for Reading. And swung in first time by James, but Arsenal have got away with it. And now they can break. Lovely open field to the game. This is Lisa Evans. James keeping the challenge just the right side of the law. Good case for a Reading free kick there. Again, referee really well placed, said no. Again, Liner able to pinch it back without too much difficulty. I think the only thing that will disappoint Kelly Chambers at the moment is that our team haven't tested Manuela Zinsberger too much since getting the goal, because they've had all of the ball. They look threatening whenever they're in the final third. And Arsenal's persistence in playing out from the back might get them in trouble. It's a lovely ball, though, from Zinsberger to Van der Donk. Well, that's a poor clearance from Maloney, though. Reading inviting pressure on their defence now. Zinsberger outside of her area, comfortable with the ball at her feet, as modern-day goalkeepers have to be. Again, quality lacking in the final pass from Arsenal. Roared. Couldn't take the return pass. Break on here for Reading, possibly. Could have been if they got the ball forward a little quicker. Arsenal committed numbers. Valti's touch. And the challenge was of the last-ditch variety. The referee decided that she ought to check on the Reading player, Rowe, who was down before she gives a ticking off at the very least here to Lottie Wubben-Moy. It might be more than that as well. So the Arsenal centre-half is going to be the first player to go on the referee's naughty list. Given the way that Arsenal have started in terms of defence in this game, it's an awful long time left for her to play with a black mark against her name. Thankfully for Reading, Rachel Rowe is okay. The whole posse of Welsh internationals in this Reading squad is Rowe. Late joining us, Reading leading by a goal to nil. It came from a set piece around about this distance from goal. Ball played in from Mitchell to Bruton. Not much of an angle here though. And because of that, it's easy for Arsenal to defend, initially at least. Here's Liner though. Into the side netting, she was trying to pick out a teammate. Difficult angle. Had to take it first time. She's looked really good attacking down the right as far as Reading are concerned, though, the right back. It's finished now, by the way, between Manchester City and Aston Villa, and City have done their goal difference the world of good. Still 8 behind Arsenal after a 7-0 win against Villa. Everton currently 3-0 up on Bristol City too. Goalless midway through the first half between Birmingham and Brighton. And they are moments from getting underway in the clash of the top two. Should mention, by the way, no Jordan Nobbs in the Arsenal squad today. She's missing out with a calf problem. Offside is a decision there. Arsenal just cannot cope with what Reading are throwing at them in the opening half hour here. A really impressive tactical setup and execution of the plan thus far. Still an awful long way to go in this game though. 2/3 of it left. Plenty of time for a team with Arsenal's quality to get back into it. McCabe. That is a really good ball from Katie McCabe. What can Van der Donk do with it? Away from Cooper, but not away from Liner. Here's Bruton. Here's James. Fishlock felt that challenge from Volti. Van der Donk's touch. One for Miedema to chase. Maloney was always favourite, and she can see it behind. And Miedema remains on the fringes of this game. Half an hour gone. Reading 1, Arsenal 0. Lauren Bruton turning in from Emma Mitchell's free kick with just 5 minutes on the clock to put the side starting the day 6th in the table ahead. Rose been in the wars in the first half. No such thing as a contested drop ball these days, of course. Not sure whether Reading were meaning to play that back to Arsenal or not. Anyway, the Gunners are back in possession. Only briefly, though. We're all dispossessed. Here's James. Fishlock. Absolutely no sense that Reading are prepared to settle for what they've got, sit back and defend for the rest of the match. No sense that Arsenal might be here for the taking today. And here they come again, and here's Tash Harding. She's got support, or Bruton rather. First time cross was blocked. Now Zinsberger, just wondering if she was going to actually take matters into her own hand and go long there, because look, Arsenal got themselves in trouble again playing out from the back. Something Joe Montemurro might want to address at half-time. Here's Fishlock, not able to pick out any of her three colleagues in the middle. Again, you see those two Reading players pinned on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Zinsberger's thinking about it. Game of percentages for her. Much more likely to lose possession of the ball when you play it long, but given the way her team had defended, maybe better not to have it on halfway rather than risk losing it in your own penalty area. Van der Donk. Wasn't too much in that challenge from Deanna Cooper, but enough to persuade the referee, who's a lot closer than I am, to give Arsenal the free kick. Not much more than 10 first half minutes to play here. And Grace Maloney hasn't had to make a save worthy of the name yet. His free kick volleyed away by Cooper. Two defeats in 3 games for Reading coming into this one. Prior to that, though, their form was good. Only 1 defeat in 10 in all competitions. The confidence that they've shown in this first half is really striking, given that they were hammered here just 7 days ago. It's a somewhat risky back pass again. Maloney comfortable dealing with it. Little cleverly let the ball run across her body. Here's McCabe, didn't want to hit it with her right foot, looked to play it in for Miedemar instead. Again though, she's being fed on scraps, Vivianne Miedemar just now. On the chase again here, Zinsberger had judged it well. I'll make a case to say the Arsenal goalkeeper's been their most impressive player so far. She is exuding a calm, which is not being shared by those in front of her. Evans. Roared. It's a decent ball into space. Miedemar and Van der Donk waiting for a cross here. Good covering from Cooper. Everton now 4-0 up against Bristol City elsewhere. Harding there trying to come back from an offside position meant she couldn't get on the end of the pass, and that's come off Eikeland and out for an Arsenal throw. Cooper got ahead to it. Little did likewise. Come back for Kim Little here. Support either side. She went short to Miedemar. Plenty of options in the middle here if the cross is right. Here is Miedemar. That's a really important foot in from Molly Bartrip. That did cross the line. It's going to give Arsenal their first corner of the contest. Started this season with 5 straight wins. They scored 29 goals in that time. Since then, though, last 5 matches have yielded just 7 points. The slump has continued so far here. Just over 5 minutes in the first half to try and find an equaliser. Corner's been worked short. In hindsight, they might think they should have just put it straight into the box. Certainly those defenders who jogged the length of the pitch to join in for the set piece will feel so. Little. Space was far side for Van der Donk. She's come right instead. That's an excellent run on the overlap. How's the cross? Chance for 1-1 here. Great save Maloney, but the follow-up is tapped in by Miedemar. Reading were looking for an offside flag which didn't arrive. And how predatory is that of Vivianne Miedema? She's hardly been involved in the game. As soon as a chance comes her way, she converts it. And the league's leading scorer has her 12th of the season. And Arsenal, who've been below par, are back on terms 5 minutes before the break. Well, that will obviously alter both managers' half-time team talks fairly drastically. Well, maybe not Kelly Chambers. I'm sure she's going to say, just keep doing what you've been doing. And Reading quick to get back on the front foot. They've got their second corner of the match. Always felt as though there were going to be goals in this game. Again, look at the crowd around Manuela Zinsberger. Miedema got the contact with that. Mitchell looking for room to send it in again. Good strength from Emma Mitchell. Too much, according to the referee. Looked like a honest 50-50 challenge between her and Leah Valti. Bruton. It's a clever ball. Picked up by Fishlock. Even more able to make sure that Harding couldn't get there, but Harding was offside anyway. Liner. Broken here for Bruton. Oh, Rowe just couldn't get that under control. Managed to keep the team in possession though. Fishlock. Here's James. Really good approach play from Reading. Rowe trying to squeeze it through for Harding. Well, they might have been pegged back, but there are so many reasons for encouragement for Reading in the first half. Night and day performance from the one they put in the opening 45 here against Chelsea a week ago. Miedema going to take the throw. No, she's going to leave it. I think we'll have much in the way of stoppage time. A bit scrappy in that middle third at the moment. Oh, and back by Eikeland though. The referee was waiting to, or trying to play an advantage there. It was clear that none was forthcoming. She's pulled it back for the Reading free kick. Now, it's on the other side of the pitch, but in terms of proximity to goal, this is not that different from the set piece that Emma Mitchell delivered for the Bruton goal, as we go into just one extra minute at the end of the first half. Mitchell has come over. Rose the other option. This is the last chance for either side in the first half to go into the break with a lead. It was Rowe who put it in, not the best delivery, easy for Miedemar to defend. Showing her worth in both boxes in the first half, Vivian Miedemar. And that is half-time. Well, what an absorbing opening 45 minutes it was to Reading. Absolutely outstanding. Ahead with just 5 minutes gone. The former Arsenal player, Lauren Bruton, turning in from another ex-gunner, Emma Mitchell's free kick. Arsenal well below their best, but they still managed to find an equaliser 5 minutes from the end of regulation time in the half. No surprise as to the identity of the goal scorer, Vivian Miedemar, levelling things up, meaning that at the break at the Medeski Stadium, the score is Reading 1, Arsenal 1.
I'm Beth Mead and you're watching the FA Player.
Oh, that's a once-in-a-lifetime goal!
I'm Tash Hardin and this is Lead.
When the ball is at her feet, there is only one outcome.
Chelsea know that with a victory today, with the other games all being postponed, it is an opportunity. Kirby in behind at the flag, stays down, a chance for the opening goal, no mistake. Chelsea have taken the lead, 15 minutes on the clock. And Fran Kirby celebrates.
It's a bit of a hopeful one, straight down the middle with a flick on from Sam Kerr, and obviously Fran Kirby in the right place to get on the end of it, and then driving in, making really good decisions here. Obviously she's unopposed from a defensive point of view, but she still has to beat the keeper.
Mitchell gives it away to Kirby, again bearing down on goal for a second, this time no mistake. And Chelsea have doubled their advantage after 22 minutes. And this is turning into the Fran Kirby show.
Paul, you took the words out of my mouth then, because it is going to be, you know, the Fran Kirby show right now. Really good finish, left foot. She sees Grace Maloney coming out, sees the space on that side of the goal, and what a great finish.
Reading just creeping forward, trying to catch Chelsea offside. Kerr keeps it in, and Kirby's there, and that is the hat-trick. The flag stays down, and Chelsea have scored a third, and Kirby has a first-half hat-trick.
Great delivery, because it hangs up, doesn't it? It gives Kerr time to get on the end of it here and create one touch. backwards pass into the central of the 6 yard.
The corner is floated in towards Kirby again. Can you believe it? That's another goal. And it is Fran Kirby with her 4th.
She's on fine form, isn't she? Look at that, pinpoint header. Great delivery, lots of pace on it, so she just needs to redirect it, which she does particularly well.
And again, Chelsea coming forward with Harder. Blunder with a chance to cross, looking for England at the far post. It falls for G. This is a chance for G, and this is a goal for G. And Chelsea have a 5th.
What a great technician she is. G just flicks it up with her right foot, gets the timing right, waits for the ball to bounce, times it really well, good power, and back of the net again.
All right, guys, this is it. It's time to work out what is the best breed of dog.
Winner stays on.
Winner stays on, yeah. Beagle v Dachshund. It's a very good looking Dachshund, I must admit. The bow tie is really throwing me. I don't feel like the Beagle's made much effort here. So the Dachshund goes through.
And this handsome chap is even dressed in his club colours. The King Charles just looks a bit sad. Buddy's the best, so he's going through.
The Springer Spaniel v the Corgi.
Do love a corgi.
Springer Spaniel. They're a bit
Manic.
yeah, like they're
Full of
lots
energy.
tame. So yeah, I'm going to go with the cute Corgi.
Got the Labrador versus the Chow Chow. Most people in the country have Labradors. The Chow Chow, I can't say I know much about them other than their blue tongue. I think we're gonna put the Lab through.
Bulldog v Dalmatian. I know lots of people have Bulldogs and they've kind of come back into trend as such.
Yeah.
But the Dalmatian, I just feel like happy-go-lucky. I'm going with
Dalmatian.
the Dal.
We have the German Shepherd, which they work in the police.
Yeah.
They are very loyal. For me, I'm not bothered about yappy dogs. So for me, the German Shepherd
Again, good
has
choices,
made it
good
cut
choices.
through.
Little girl who I do recognise and most of you might recognise as Nala. You get what you see with the little Westie. So Nala, congrats.
She's made it.
You made it
the
through.
cut. I feel like Jack Russells have just been around so long. We're going to go for the.
I think we got quite. I'd have to
Cockapoo.
agree. I think I'd agree with most of your decisions there. I can't afford a royal dog, but you can. So, congrats, Flo. You made it. You made it big in the semi-final.
I mean, I think it goes without question that my first official child of mine is going to take
Official dog
the
child.
spot. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to bow out to my king
The king.
at the top.
Dalmatians are beautiful dogs.
And in the right family, they do make such a happy home. And
I will put Dalmatian.
look at that, I persuaded
I will
her.
listen.
And you went for, sorry, Nala.
Sorry, Nala.
There's so much to this dog to bring. This is hard. I'm going to go with my gut and I'm going to put the cockapoo through.
I think it's pretty obvious who I'm going to sway with. Flo, congratulations, little Dachshund. You are through to the final.
I don't even need to say anything likewise. I think he's taken the crown. Loving wise, they're just the best cuddly, furry companions you could get.
In case you haven't guessed it, Flo belongs to me. She's always going to be winner. She's already above Buddy here, so she might as well be the champion.
Oh, would you look at that? Buddy made it first.
So it looks like we're never going to be able to pick a winner, so we're going to let you guys decide who's your favourite.
Okay, it's time for you guys at home to have your input into the show. Let's welcome back Georgia Stanway, who's in the hot seat for our social media questions this week. And she's also, as we can see, joined by Marlo. Love it.
Marlo, welcome to the show.
Hi. Hey.
All right, both of you, you ready? Question number one, Georgia and Marlo. If you weren't a footballer, what would you be/do?
I think for me, I've always got to keep busy. So I definitely couldn't work in an office. So it'd have to be either a PE teacher or in the army or in the police or something to keep me active.
Question two. Is Sam Lewis as goofy as she seems in real life?
Yeah, Sam's one of my really good mates. I get on really well with her. Yeah, she's funny because she's she's so good at everything. She's one of them people that just walks into the room and she can light up the room. She's unbelievable off the pitch. She's unbelievable in the gym, and we could be lifting, and then she walks in and she just lifts it and basically like throws it up to the roof.
With one finger.
Like, yeah, with one finger. Just coming to say hi.
I've got to say, your multitasking skills are unreal. Talking, Marlo's doing his own ledge. Okay, question number 3 then. Who's your roommate in camp?
In England camp, I room with Leah Williamson. I've roomed with her since the very, very start. I really enjoy rooming with her. She's the messy one, and I'm the one going around tidying all of her stuff. And then she goes, "Oh, Georgia, where's my kit?" And I'm like, "Oh, Leah, it's just folded over there." But no, she brings all the snacks, and I bring all the toiletries. So we've got a good relationship going on.
Right, we've got to say as well on that one, we had a few questions come in. I need to ask you, have you two made up? Because last time we saw you having a row on the pitch.
I knew this was going to come up. Yeah, I remember in the game, we was just toing and froing. She was pushing me, I was pushing her, and we had a bit of argy-bargy. And I remember turning around mid-game and being like, "Leah, like, what are you doing?" And she just like looked at me and she went, "It's you." And I was like, "It's not me, it's you." So we had like a little bit of a tiff. But no, we're sweet. As soon as the game was over, we both just looked at each other, and it's one of them where you try and be angry with them and then you just start laughing.
Question 4, what would your old teachers say about you?
It'd probably all be positive, you know. At school, I was deputy head girl. I got all my GCSEs. My teachers loved me. Definitely teacher's pet. Basically, I was from an area, and I must have been the only girl that like enjoyed sport. And I remember every end of term award. He's crying. Mal. Every end of term awards, I remember just repeatedly getting the PE award. I was like, that's all I must have been good at.
Right, question number 5 then. Is there a sports icon that has influenced you in any way?
Yeah, growing up, I was a massive fan of Alan Shearer. He was like my idol growing up. I remember the first thing I had of him was the silver shiny match attack. And I remember as a kid, I took that absolutely everywhere. I remember even taking it to my first England camp. And then I got to about 15 and I was like, okay, I can't carry this around any longer.
Amazing. Right, Georgia, thank you so much for your time. Now, I'm sure you know, but last week we had Fran Kirby on the show and she went on and scored 4, all right, at the weekends. And we're not taking credit for that now. Not at all. A little bit, but yeah. We're expecting the same from you this weekend, by the way. No pressure.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Good luck, Georgia. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Beth Mead, and this is Quickfire Teammates. Loud. Dancer. Small. Oh, Scottish. Rodeo. Dutch. Fashion. Cute. Annoying. Bouncy. Snake hips. Football girlfriend. Quiet. Baller. Goat. I'm trying to say she'll get me if I say something bad. Prankster. CB buddy.
My ultimate 5-a-side team would be, drum roll please, no I'm just kidding, Karen Bardsley in goal, because she's just the ultimate shot stopper. It's a really hard choice between her and Ellie Roebuck, but for terms of experience, we're going with KB. We'll have to put Lucy in my team because she just is a champion. We're gonna go with Jessie Fleming in midfield, my Canadian teamie. Caroline Weir with the left foot. That's 3. One more. Who do I have up the top? I feel like I need to go with Chloe Kelly, because she's in form. She's on it. So we have a heavily city-sided 5-a-side team so that you can expect anything else.
I'm Tash Arden, and this is me.
When the ball is at her feet, there is only one outcome.
I'm Danielle van der Donk, and you're watching the FA Player.
Of this WSL game between Reading and Arsenal from the Medeski Stadium. 1-1 after a thoroughly entertaining opening 45 minutes of football. Goal 5 minutes from kick-off and then 5 before the break. Reading ahead through the former Arsenal player Lauren Bruton, but Vivian Miedemar, the league's leading scorer, getting her 12th of the season. 3 of which have come against Reading to give an under-par Arsenal parity. Well, Joe Montemurro, I'm sure, will have had plenty to say to his players over the past 15 minutes. They were a long way behind their best in that first half, and looks as though they have made a change at the break. Jen Beattie, number 5, has come on. In fact, it is a double substitution for Arsenal, because there is Beth Mead as well. Can't say that that is a huge surprise.
Confirmation of a triple substitution for Arsenal at half-time. Number 3, Lovely, number 4, and number 21, and then replaced with number 6.
Triple substitution, in fact, for Arsenal. Patton and Gook, 2 of those who've gone off. No substitutions in full. Wubben-Moy, Patton and Goot have gone off. Williamson, Beattie and Mead on. So a couple of changes in the back line. To say Joe Montemurro wasn't impressed with what he saw in the first half would be an understatement. Here is Mead, one of the new arrivals. He was fouled there. Wubben-Moy was on a yellow card, which might explain why she's been withdrawn. An ignominious second debut for Patton. Hooked at half-time. What can Arsenal do from this free kick then? Miedemar trying to get hold of the loose ball. Williamson likewise. Little gets possession back for Arsenal. Mead. Reminder that clubs are allowed to make 5 substitutions per game in the WSL this season, so whilst it is pretty dramatic making a triple substitution, he's not played all his cards yet, Montemurro. Here's Mead. Mitchell having a little tug at her shirt and then making a perfectly timed tackle. That was fantastic from Emma Mitchell. Evans. Much better start to the second half from the away side. Reading struggling to get any sort of possession at the moment. Giving away free kicks regularly. Mead, look how much space she's got. Probably ought to have put in a better cross than that. First corner of the second half for Arsenal. Took the corner herself. Really good delivery onto the head of Miedemar as well. Just too much power on it for her to be able to steer it goalward. Reverse of the first half there, it was Arsenal putting the press on Reading and forcing them to turn over possession, albeit only briefly. Harding stabbing it forward. Reading could do with just keeping the ball for a minute or so. Can be easier said than done against a team like Arsenal. Fishlock. Too much on that. Here's Evans. That early goal from Lauren Bruton, by the way, only the second that Arsenal have conceded away to Reading in the WSL. Won 3 of 3 on the road against the Royals before today. Well done by Rowe. Oh, well, I thought so anyway. Referee says she used too much force on Leah Valti. Wasn't a good free kick to Evans, did well to turn it on to Mead. Arsenal managed to get 20 yards further up the field. Fishlock forward. Harding not giving this up. Oh, and Zinsberger was slow off the line then. Miscommunication in the Arsenal backline, reminiscent of the first half there just for a moment. Line up. Chelsea are ahead against Manchester United in the top of the table game. Vanilla Harder on the half hour has put Emma Hayes' side ahead. Just approaching half time in that one here. We've had almost 10 minutes of the second half, it's still 1-1. James. Well, one back here. Opportunity for James, who's teed it up for Bruton. Can she get a second of the game? Cleared away by Little. Not sure if she was looking for Harding or trying to score herself there, Lauren Bruton. But again, careless from Arsenal at the back, and it almost cost them. Reading starting to warm up in the second half. Volti's clearance not the best. Michaeland. Fishlock, rather. Linus happy to let that go out for a throw. Michaeland trying to spin away from McCabe, was brought down by her. Well, similar position from where Reading sent in the free kick that led to the goal. Rachel Rowe's gone over to this, but it was Emma Mitchell who put it in when Bruton scored. I want to go with a right or a left footer here. Players all bunched together around the penalty spot. Again, Fishlock's lurking. She's going to make a late run. It's Rowe who puts it in this time. And Zinsberger got enough on it. And now Arsenal looking to break. Fishlock making sure that can't happen. It was a foul though. And her reaction might see her get a yellow card. She's trying to keep her emotions in check, Jess Fishlock, but because they had got away from her, she is the first Reading player to see a yellow card in this game. Williamson switching it left, or right to left. Bright start, Arsenal have just faded a bit. Too much on that for Harding to get on the end of. Time now in the game between the top two, Chelsea leading Manchester United by a goal to nil. Here's Fishlock. It's a poor pass, should have been able to pick out James. And that might be punished because here goes Miedema. Van der Donk in the middle. Other friends arriving too. Really important recovering challenge to put it behind for a corner from Lina. Corner number 3 of the game for the visitors. Far too close to Maloney though. Now Zinsberger, good with their feet in the first half. That's another good clearance, although Mead couldn't get it under control. This is Mitchell from range. And Zinsberger able to keep it out, and then grateful that the nearest player to the ball was Jem Beattie rather than somebody in a Reading shirt. Miedema really frustrated there. She wanted to play on. Could see a point as well. Referee was a bit quick on the whistle there. With Arsenal still in possession. Here's Little. 3 in the middle to aim at. Only managed to hit Deanna Cooper. She had to hammer it forward because her first touch had put her under pressure. Well, they came flying out the traps at the start of the second half, Arsenal. They haven't been able to find a goal, and now Reading have got back into the game. Still there for the taking for both sides. 1-1, just past the hour mark. Good footwork from Mead. Van der Donk. Little. Plenty in the way of support to feed it in for Miedemar. Patrick had to be in the right place at the right time to stop her getting the ball.
Reading substitution number 10, Lauren Brewton, is being replaced with number 18, Danielle Carter.
Well, Reading's first change. We'll see the goal scorer and former Arsenal player Lauren Brewton withdrawn, and on in her place comes an Arsenal legend, Danielle Carter, who swapped Arsenal for Reading in the summer and who scored in the 6-1 defeat against her old club on opening day. He's coming on here, Carter. 11 years, 4 league titles. FA Cups galore, League Cups too, during her time at Arsenal. But now, looking to inflict some pain on her old club. First change of the day for the home team. Arsenal having made that triple substitution at half-time. It'll be really interesting to hear what Joe Montemurro thought of his side's first half performance. Clash of heads here, which will mean that treatment is required. Van der Donk okay, thankfully. Deanna Cooper, whom she collided with. Cooper doesn't look too badly hurt either, thankfully, because she's already off the pitch. That's where she can be treated. Well, concussion protocol, a hot topic in football over the last couple of years. Reading's medical staff will, of course, only allow Cooper to continue if they believe that she's able to. She will say she is, no doubt. Walloped upfield from Maloney. Here's Emma Mitchell. Flag's gone up for offside here, but play's going to go on anyway with Arsenal in possession. Approaching the midway point of the second half. Arsenal still huffing and puffing. Reading putting in one of their better performances of the season. Touch out to be perfect there with Miedemar lurking in behind liner. Good header that from Beth Mead. Chasing her own flick on, she's done really well. She's taken Mitchell out of the game. It's a fantastic ball in as well. And Miedemar usually buries those. She believes the reason she didn't is because she was fouled. How good was that from Beth Mead? Miedemar convinced she should have had a penalty. Now Mead, can she get the shot off here? Oh, she could, but she couldn't get it on target. Immediately offered an apology to her teammates. Had plenty of support there. She was entitled to go for goal, but the effort was wayward. Change number 4 of the game coming up for the away side. Danny van der Donk handed a start. She hasn't been a first choice pick in the league this season. She hasn't made the most of the opportunity, truth be told. Caitlin Ford, the Australian, will come on and take her place. Real quality in reserve for Arsenal today. Able to bring on the likes of Ford and Mead and Beattie and Williamson. Ford already got 6 goals this season. Joe Montemurro shuffling his pack to try and get 3 points from this game. Be interesting to see who looks the fitter in the final 20 minutes. Arsenal not having played for 4 weeks. Michaeland, as soon as she got involved, the flag went up for offside. That's an excellent ball into space. Miedemar and Mead in the middle here. Ford is there too. On the flick on is just wide. Saved by Maloney to deny Jill Roord. Difficult chance for Roord, in fairness. Had to volley it with a back to goal first time. One arm in the air from Beth Mead. Still not exactly committing players forward there. Broken out for Miedemar. It looked like it had crossed the line. Reading will have something to say if Arsenal score from this phase of play. Here's Valti. Mead offered Arsenal some genuine width in the second half. Decent cross as well. Played in toward Miedemar again, and it's loose. And what a block that was to deny Rord. Sent in toward me, just too high for her. Now then, shouts for handball there. It looked like it might have flicked off the arm of Emma Mitchell, who didn't know anything about it. Ford. Here's Williamson. That is painful. From very close range. Referee's got to stop play because it's a head injury. No intent, obviously, from the Arsenal player, but that is not of much comfort to Jess Fishlock, who's going to need some treatment here. She was only yards away from it when Leah Williamson won up the ball at her. Jess Fishlock. And this is a concern. While we got this hold up in play, let me remind you what is happening and has happened elsewhere in the WSL so far today. Earlier on, Manchester City 7-0 winners against Aston Villa. Everton have enjoyed a big victory as well. They've beaten Bristol City by 4-0. Goalless midway through the second half between Birmingham and Brighton. Chelsea 1-up in their meeting of the top two against Manchester United at Kingsmeadow, and it's also 0-0 between West Ham and Spurs. They are 26 minutes into that. Fishlock looks decidedly groggy. Her continued participation in this game has got to be in serious doubt. Gonna have a fair old chunk of stoppage time because of this hold-up. Field ball from Williamson's turned over possession. Fishlock quickly back into the action. Card coming out again here. It's time for Valti. Inside the final 15. Probably add 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time onto that as well. Still plenty of time for somebody to win this game. It's a clever free kick into Harding, who was well tracked. Jim Ward had followed the runner and made sure it's just a corner for Reading. Mitchell again, the player for the set pieces for Reading. 2 arms in the air. Again, Fishlock lurking edge of the box. Right under Zinsberger, who didn't get there. Any touch from a Reading player. It surely would have been 2-1. The final connection on the ball was from an Arsenal player, though. Reading get a corner from the other side. Positive spell here for the home team. Another testing delivery. Well defended that time by Arsenal. Carter. Clever ball round the corner for Rachel Rowe. Can she pick out a blue and white shirt? Oh, Harding withdrew her foot, maybe thinking she was offside. Little could spread out wide for Miedemar. Miedemar's in the middle, rather. This is Evans. Nice 1-2 with Mead. How's the cross? Too close to Maloney. Heading towards the final 10 minutes. Can either side take maximum points here? Roord. Little in close attendance. Miedemar and Mead in the box. Roord having to go backward, though. Good shape about Reading when they are out of possession. Space now, though, for Evans. Carter trying to get back there and close it down. Evans has managed to send it in. Reading starting to look a little leggy now. They're still going to be able to take advantage of any fatigue in the home team. Miedemar finding Mead. Away by Reading once more. They do making the ball stick up top for a while. Like a certain foul on Carter. Reading preparing to add reinforcements. Well, Fishlock's been in the wars in the game, and it looks as though it might have taken its toll on her. Tried her best after that blow to the head, but not able to continue. She's been on the end of a couple of rough challenges too. Her game is over. Or is it? Confusion all round here. I don't think the substitute came on. Here's Little for Arsenal. They're getting on with the game. Will be a corner. Now the substitute can come on.
Running the substitution number 8, Cashin Fishlock has been replaced with 36.
Emma Harries it is who will take the place of Fishlock for the closing stages here. Well, Mitchell's clearance wasn't the best. Stab back up toward Beattie. Might drop here for a volley from the edge of the box. Cushion pass to Miedemar instead. Miedemar trying to force a mistake out of her old teammate Dan Carter. Here she is on the ball, only briefly. Williamson picked up the scraps. Put it in left-footed. Looking to break, but the Arsenal shirts outnumbering the blue and white ones. It was easy for Volti to defend. Baltic. Neither side have really done enough to merit a winning goal in the second half. Not lived up to the standards of the first. Spurs have gone 1-0 up at West Ham. Miscommunication there between Williamson and Zinsberger. Again, Arsenal really had some shaky moments in defence in this game. And another one here might be costly. Where's Zinsberger going? She's miles out of her goal. Williamson just about tidied that up. Now here come Arsenal. Well, the Gunners are losing valuable ground on the teams above them at the moment. Little, it's a good ball. Can Miedemar get on the end of it? Mitchell made sure she could not. Dealt with it coolly. Little, here's Mead. Plenty forward here for Arsenal. Needs a quality delivery. Medium are furious that it didn't get one. Oh, collision there between goalkeeper and defender. Just as Rod was looking to profit, you can hear the yelps of pain. We're going to have a lot of stoppage time at the end of the game. 2 significant delays because of injuries to Reading players. Real concern here for Christine Liner, the Reading right back. She's been down for some time now. The fact the brace is there for her leg is not good news. The impact with her goalkeeper, Grace Maloney. Might be oxygen needed too by the looks of things. See the understandable concern on the faces of her Reading teammates. Manchester United have equalised against Chelsea. James is the player who got that goal there, but the concern here remains for Kirsty Liner. And that is never a sight you want to see. You can see the leg has been strapped. She's needed oxygen. She's getting the support from her teammates, but she's going to leave the pitch on the stretcher, and surely Christine Liner is going to be out of action for a significant period here. Looks as though she's smiling, which is good. Well, we've gone past the 90 minutes now. I think we might have as many as 10 minutes of stoppage time here. Well, line one seems to go straight to hospital. Let's just hope. She is not out for too long. Farrah Williams is coming on to take her place. We can only send Liner our best wishes. Well, we are ready to get underway. Nine minutes of stoppage time signalled. Well, how's that going to affect Reading? Can Arsenal pinch the points late on here? Meads Gross was disappointing. Definitely added something since the half-time introduction, though, Beth Mead. Remains a pretty underwhelming performance all told from Arsenal, though. Carter looking to put Zinsberger under pressure. Doesn't exactly look full of running though, Danielle Carter, to say she's come off the bench. Well, after such an exciting first half, I have to say it's been pretty disappointing since the restart. No really big chances for either side. Well, Reading steadily making progress inside Arsenal's half of the field. No great urgency from either side, though. Much better point for Reading than it is for Arsenal. Eikeland. Now Arsenal looking to break. Reading had committed numbers forward. Again, though, the final ball not good enough. Oh, foul by Mead, apparently. Can't have been much in that. On we go, around about a minute of the 9 that was signalled for stoppages left. James. Here's Eikeland. Maybe Reading can pinch it right at the death. Everybody appealing, but the decision is goal kick rather than corner. Just at the heels of Miedema. It's been such a frustrating game for her, even despite the fact she's got a goal. Here she is again. Couldn't quite get that under control. Carter swiped it back toward her own goal. Little then nudged off the ball, and that might be that in terms of chances to win it. Maybe not. Here's Mead. Miedema will pick this up. Fordham roared. Mead also in there, little too. Miedema didn't do enough to beat the defender. In as far as Valti. Nervous moments these for Reading. Carter helping on Cooper's initial clearance. Referees looked at one watch, then the other. Still we play on. Leah Williamson. It's going to happen for Arsenal. It's got to be now. And that is that. Arsenal lose further ground in the race for the WSL title here. A big point for Reading. What a response after their hammering by Chelsea on this ground 7 days ago. They were ahead early on through the former Arsenal player Lauren Bruton. But 5 minutes before half-time, Vivian Miedema poached an equaliser to take her to 12 goals for the season in the WSL. Second half couldn't match up to the quality of the first. Reading will hope the injury suffered by Christine Leiner is not as serious as it looks. She taken off on a stretcher toward the end of the game. Arsenal a long, long way from top form on their return to action, but Reading with plenty of reason for optimism for the rest of the campaign. Final score at the Medeski Stadium, Reading 1, Arsenal 1.